remains Carlo Ancelotti. So that's the state of the story for Ancelotti. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Happy Easter guys, and today time to discuss about Real Madrid. I told you in the recent days many things. Now let's touch on some of the details of the stories. Let's jump into it together. It's an important moment for Real Madrid. We already mentioned how disappointing was the Champions League clash with Arsenal, and in general the season with the Super Copa final. Now there is obviously a Copa del Rey final, La Liga still to play, but for Real Madrid it's not been the best season so far, especially obviously in the Champions League. I released the video and I've been telling you for weeks and about the situation of Carlo Ancelotti and also Xabi Alonso. So that's very clear. In the last video I told you that the situation was quite tense and that there was a strong, and there is a strong, concrete possibility for Carlo Ancelotti to leave Real Madrid at the end of the season, not being the Real Madrid coach for the next season, 25-26. And this remains the case, because the expectation is very clear and is for Carlo Ancelotti and Real Madrid to part ways. That's the feeling absolutely internally at Real Madrid and also into the industry. But there are still formal steps to make in order to reach that point. And one of the crucial steps for the future of Carlo Ancelotti is related to the Brazilian national team. Also, in the last video I did for you, I was telling you how Brazil were insisting for Carlo Ancelotti. Let's put some details into this story. What I'm hearing is that people from the Brazilian Federation have been in Madrid for the last 10 days to have conversations with people close to Carlo Ancelotti, and those conversations were described as positive by people in the Brazilian Federation. These people will be in Madrid again in the upcoming days. So also next week, more conversations are set to take place between the Brazilian Federation and those close to Carlo Ancelotti. Ancelotti insists to complete the season at Real Madrid, to try to win titles at Real Madrid, but meanwhile, the Brazilian Federation is insisting a lot. When you see all the reports, and many of you are asking me about this, when Ancelotti will join Brazil after the Club World Cup or all this sort of story, what I'm told is that for Brazil, the only way is to have Ancelotti already available in June. So not as a coach in July or August at the end of the Club World Cup. The option for Brazil is to have Ancelotti as soon as possible. So at the end of the season. That's the mission for Brazil. So what it means that for Real Madrid, the coach at the Club's World Cup would be Xabi Alonso, who is the clear favorite, or in case they can make it in time, an internal solution like Santiago Solari and then Xabi Alonso. But obviously the priority would be to have the new coach, Xabi, in that case. What's the situation between Ancelotti and Brazil? Brazil will insist to close this deal as soon as possible and have Ancelotti already available in June. This is the mission for the federation, so the conversation will continue. Obviously, the final word is up to Carlo Ancelotti. It's going to be important also the timing for Brazil, otherwise they have other options, including Jorge Jesus, the coach of Al Hilal, but Brazilian Federation, in a very difficult moment, want to come up with a big name, and the name they want remains Carlo Ancelotti. So that's the state of the story for Ancelotti. For Xabi Alonso, guys, if you're following me in the channel, I've spent months telling you how Xabi is option number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for Real Madrid, and that remains the case. What I can tell you is that the conversations between Xabi Alonso and Real Madrid are already ongoing, and it's a very positive feeling between those close to Xabi and Real Madrid. I can also tell you that Bayer Leverkusen are aware about that. Bayer Leverkusen are absolutely aware. Since 1 year ago, I've been telling you also this point, and let me clarify once again. Xabi Alonso had the possibility 1 year ago to go to Bayern Munich. Then there was interest also from English clubs. Xabi said, no, I stay at Bayer Leverkusen. The contract is okay. But he informed Bayer Leverkusen that in case from 2025 and in the following years eventually, but now 2025, if Real Madrid were coming with a proposal for Xabi, that was the priority. So Bayer Leverkusen are aware of that. Bayer Leverkusen are not hiding anything, and Xabi is not hiding anything. It's very clear that for him the priority is Real Madrid. So now could be the time, if everything goes to plan, because as I told you, there is still formal steps to make. This is the direction. And Xabi Alonso is absolutely keen on becoming the new Real Madrid coach. Now it's on Real Madrid. Bayer Leverkusen will not create problems from what I'm hearing. And Bayer Leverkusen already started calling for eventual coaches in case Xabi goes to Real Madrid. That's another point. They have interest in some coaches. They made some contact in the recent weeks. So they are aware of the situation between Xabi and Real Madrid. Of course, they hope for Xabi to stay. That's very normal. But they are perfectly aware of the situation between Xabi and Real Madrid. Obviously, this coach decision will be one to watch in the next days. We will be following that with the formal steps, but it will have an impact on some players. For example, Nico Como this week told Real Madrid once again that they want to keep Nico for one more season. Real Madrid have a buyback clause and a 50% sell-on clause. Como are prepared to do everything to keep Nico at the club, but Real Madrid said, okay, let's discuss as soon as we clarify the coach situation. So the coach situation will be really important to understand what Xabi, or let's see what happens, but eventually Xabi, who is a clear favorite, will decide on Nico. So this shows to you how the coach situation is evolving and how Real Madrid will make a decision on several things, including Nico in the next days and weeks. So that's going to be the case for Nico with Como insisting to have the player for one more season. They believe this could be the best solution for all parties, but again, final decision up to Real Madrid. This, according to my information, is not having an impact on Trent Alexander-Arnold, because the agreement between Trent Alexander-Arnold and Real Madrid yet to be completed in terms of signing the contract, but verbally at the final stages, expected to be here we go, as I told you in March. That story remains absolutely valid. So Trent didn't negotiate for a specific coach. Trent negotiated with Real Madrid. Real Madrid's proposal was for Trent Alexander-Arnold, not based on the coach situation. So Real Madrid absolutely want to complete the deal with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Real Madrid trusts Trent Alexander-Arnold as a really important signing for the summer transfer window. So that remains the case. And obviously, this coach situation will also have an impact on the players who are out of contract. Lucas Vázquez. At the moment, there are zero negotiations between Real Madrid and Lucas Vázquez. Zero. And it means that with Trent Alexander-Arnold coming, with Dani Carvajal returning from the injury, there is a strong possibility for Lucas Vázquez to leave Real Madrid as a free agent at the end of the season. We will see when the new coach, or Carlo, we will see what happens there. But in any case, we will see what happens when the manager situation is sorted, what Real Madrid will finally decide. But as of today, to tell you, the update is zero contacts between Real Madrid and Lucas Vázquez. And then Luka Modric. Luka Modric would love to stay at Real Madrid, to continue at Real Madrid, to play a game with Real Madrid, but this decision will be made at the end of the season, as always at Real Madrid. Also last season they won the Champions League, and then they made decisions with Luka Modric, with Lucas Vázquez, and all the other players. It's going to be a similar case, but obviously when you change the manager, and it's a strong possibility, a concrete possibility, there could be evolutions also on this. So we will be following the situation. For sure, it's important to clarify. The desire of Luka Modric is to continue at Real Madrid. We will see what happens in the conversations. And so guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories. Carlo, Xabi, what's your feeling on that? Should Carlo Ancelotti go to Brazil as new head coach? Guys, let me know your opinion here in comments, like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon. Ciao.